Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 12 of our Zero Overall Dynasty, where we start a new season here with the Omaha Orbits, and we have a tough first 4 games here of the season. We get to play 2 top 25 teams here in this episode. Firstly, we're going into Columbia to play Missouri, and of course their first drive in the first drive of the new season, they end up getting a touchdown to take an early 7-0 lead. We thought it was going to be, maybe a drop pass, but we didn't decide to challenge it because usually they get it right anyways. But here, first down and 10 from the 21-yard line, and here's where the season might have gone awry. Sam is going to get hit pretty hard, and he gets injured on the play. So he already has a bad arm. So now a new quarterback of Crump will have to come in and be the main guy probably the rest of the way here this game, because Sam does have a torn tricep and will miss the rest of the season, or, well, so we would think, because something does happen. I'll figure stuff out. We throw right side to Jones. He drops it. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line, and we're still trying to find our first touchdown of the season, especially with our first really drive of the season after a very good season last year. But we will throw it incomplete, and we'll have to kick a field goal. And yeah, it says torn tricep. I don't know why it says that, but maybe it's his left arm. I don't know, because again, you'll see here in just a second, but or I guess in a couple minutes wise, because it says he's out for the season, and he doesn't. But anyways, 1st and goal from the 9. They're going to run right side. It was kind of all Missouri at home here for them. It's 14-3 here in the first half. Actually, in the first quarter. We don't do, well, pretty much at all, because 2nd down 11 with Crump out there. He's going to roll right. We try to go down, but as soon as we do, we get hit. We fumble the football, and they recover it. And a couple plays later, they would get a field goal. So 17-3. From the 31, we throw right side. We just don't come back for the football. That's a pick 6. And it's now 24-3. And like I said, this was all Missouri here on the road. Well, I guess at home for Missouri, but on the road for us. However, we do get at least one back, because Kramer has a nice little route there and burns the linebacker where no one was by him, and he gets a 40-yard touchdown catch. Our first touchdown of the season. And just before half, it's 24-10 from the 35-yard line. We have a shot at getting back into this game, but a poor thrown ball, and that's going to be picked again, and the second one already for Crump, and he's not having a great start to the season. However, we didn't expect him to start at all. 2 plays later, Missouri would pretty much take advantage of the interception, beating Westbrook's deep. He just gets thrown off. And yeah, it's going to be 31-10 here in the second quarter. So unfortunately, we're not looking too good, because with 30 seconds left, they would score again. So unfortunately, it is what it is, because it's 38-10. Jumping ahead to the second half, we actually do put up another touchdown. It'll be 38-17, but that would pretty much be the last thing that we have going for us. We lose 45-17. They would put up another touchdown. We don't score at all in the fourth quarter. They killed us in the first half. But yeah, it was a rough game for us to start the season. Looking at the stats on the game, we had 3 quarterbacks play. Kiki threw 17 of 28 for 146. Crump had 10 for 17 with 143 with 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. A lot of rushing yards, but nothing really that we can write home about. A lot of receiving yards as well, but we just couldn't do anything on offense. Had a lot of tackles for a loss. We only had 1 sack, 1 pick from Westbrooks as well, the sophomore zone corner. We had 3 deflections, no recoveries, 4 forced fumbles, or I guess any forced fumbles as well. But heading into game number 2 of the episode and week 2 of the new season here with Omaha. And we have to face 0-1 Rutgers. And again, we're actually the better team on paper than Rutgers here. We're a 74 overall. They're a 70. But of course, as we said, Sam had a torn tricep, but yet he's out there. So I don't know what happened in between. Maybe the game glitched out. I don't know. But we'll hit Hyman, and he's going to go all the way. He makes a lot of people miss and will go 81 yards through the air. And it's 7-0 here early. And with a huge lead, or I guess a huge play to give us the lead, it was pretty nice because, yeah, a couple, I guess, after their drive, 3rd down and 4, we run a screen. We get some excellent blocks on the screen, and Blumberg will get his 2nd touchdown of the season, his first receiving-wise, and it's 14-0 early. However, Rutgers would not go away, because even if it's 14-0, they will scramble left side. No, he broke contain, and he will score a touchdown for Rutgers to cut the lead in half. It's 14-7 here with Rutgers down by 7. However, 2nd down and 12, we decide to throw it over the middle of the field and we lob it. It's intercepted, and number 14 is going to have a touchdown because no one was able to get to him, and he'll tie the game up at 14 all. And again, this is our first home game, and we get to face Rutgers. It was Kane Wheeler with the 55-yard pick 6, and let me just tell you, that won't be the only time we call his name. So 1st down and 10 for Rutgers after they get a stop. They would throw it left side. It was overthrown, and Russ Brooks will have his 2nd pick of the season. So that was pretty good. We get our 2nd interception. Let's see if we can try to put points up on the board. However, we put up points on the board. It was just for the other team because another poor thrown ball, and the same player would get a pick. Crump throws his 2nd pick 6 of the season, and it'll be 21-14. So a really solid start. Kane Wheeler had 2 picks, 2 pick 6s, and over 100 yards in interception return yardage. However, jumping ahead to the 2nd quarter, we would score a touchdown to take the lead 24-21 and get our lead right back here in the first half. So a pretty solid second quarter for us because we're still going. Boykins will burn the corner, and he gets in the end zone. So it's a 10-point lead now here for Omaha with a big lead, not even heading into the second half. There was 2:40 to go, jumping ahead to under a minute ago, still a 10-point lead. They will throw it over the right side and find an open receiver in the back of the end zone for a touchdown to take to cut the lead in down to 3 here, 31-28. Second half, though, we have a 2nd down and goal from the 2. Nothing happened at the end of the half on the first half. I think we tried to throw it, but then nothing really happened. Crump will actually run it in for a touchdown. He took a hit, though, but he does get the touchdown. So, again, it's back to a 10-point lead. Now, still, 3rd quarter, they decide to send everybody here on a blitz. We have a wide-open receiver of Moon, and he's going to walk into the end zone for an easy touchdown to have the lead at 17, and Bobby Crump had a pretty good game in this one, if I say so myself, because we have a 45-28 lead with 5 minutes to go. They run a read option. They would get in the end zone for a touchdown to make it 45-35 with a 10-point lead, but still a 2-score lead here into the 4th quarter for us. And jumping ahead to a little bit later on with 2:44 to go from the 14-yard line, we have our receiver on the jet touch pass. We get, again, some excellent blocks. We cut back inside, and that is another touchdown for the Orbits, and we have a pretty good game for us because it is 52-35, and that would be the end of the game score right there as a 52-35 win over Rutgers to give us our first win of the season. So we defeat a Big Ten opponent. That was nice. But, yeah, all in all, 52-35 win. Sam went 6 of 10. Again, he got injured again, so I don't know why he was in the first place. Crump threw 41 times, had a good game himself. Had a lot of good rushing yards from Rochelle, had a touchdown, and Crump also had a touchdown. Blumberg didn't really get too many carries. I think he got hurt halfway through as well. Receiving-wise, though, Moon had 11 for 178 with a touchdown. We had a lot of receiving yards. A lot of tackles as well. A couple tackles for a loss. No sacks, though. We had the 1 interception on the day as well. But other than that, though, nothing really else to write home about in this one. Well, at least by the win. But now it's on to week 4 and game number 3 here in this episode, and we get to go on the road to play number 14 Penn State. So this one will be a fun one because it's Penn State. They're always a tough opponent no matter where you play them, especially if you play them on the road. But here on 3rd down and 4, Sam is still in. I don't know how he is with a torn tricep, but he rolls right and finds the end zone for a touchdown. So we take an early 7-0 lead here on the road. But that lead would not last long because about 2 plays later, Penn State would go ahead and find an open receiver deep. We miss a tackle, and unfortunately, we do not have the speed to chase him, and that's going to be a touchdown. It's 7-7 here in the first quarter with a big catch and run. But here, 1st and goal from the 8, we have a chance again to get the lead. Here in the first quarter, 1st and goal, we're going to run right on the RPO. Again, some excellent blocking, and Blumberg gets his 3rd touchdown of the season, and again, 14-7 lead. 2nd down and goal, though, for Penn State. They find an open receiver in the end zone. I mean, he was wide open. And they will bring the lead to a tie game. I guess it's not a lead anymore. But 2nd down and 10 here from the 25. We decide to throw it. We actually had a receiver open on the left side with on the go route. We just didn't see it. We go over the middle. It's intercepted. And Penn State will have a chance to take their first lead in the game, and they will with a wide open receiver in the end zone, and they take a 7-point lead here in the second quarter with 5:41 to go. Obviously, our fans were not happy. But 21-14 still, and they get the ball after a stop. They run curls. Westbrook's, I don't know what he tried to do. I don't know if he tried for the football, but we can't catch up to him. It's a 70-yard touchdown catch and run for Penn State, and they take a 2-score lead. This is where I thought this game was already over. We do not stand a chance. We are down 2 scores, especially since they have 1st and goal from the 5-yard line, having a chance to go up 3 scores. However, they run a read option, and he fumbles the football. So Westbrooks will recover, and he is going to go the distance. It will be a 7-point game with a 90-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. And just like that, it's a 7-point game here on the road. We were looking dead in the face at down by 3 scores. And with 21 seconds left, Penn State decides to throw it. They start with the ball in the second half too, and it gets intercepted. It just bounces right to our linebacker. And he gets all the way down to the 20-yard line, and we'll keep it here because there's only 13 seconds left to go here in this first half. This was a solid first half after, even though we started down 28-14 here in the second quarter, we find an open receiver of Hyman. He gets us all the way down to the 6, almost to the 7. But there is 7 seconds to go here in the first half. And we have a 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. And again, we need the end zone. We have 1 timeout left. They send everybody. We have Blumberg open again for another receiving touchdown, and we tie the game up. And jumping ahead to the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes to go, we got a field goal, but after a stop on defense. However, they find an open receiver, and we just don't have the speed. He also gets thrown off, and just like that, Penn State will take the lead back. It's a 4-point lead here for Penn State, 35-31. On a 3rd down and 4, we find Hyman. And with a nice spin move, makes people miss and gets tackled into the end zone for a touchdown. And just like that, we have another lead. It's 38-35. Jumping ahead to the 4th quarter, we have Hyman again with a nice spin move on the jet touch pass after a stop by our defense. And we take a 10-point lead here in the 4th quarter. With 3:50 to go, we are up by 10, and we have a chance to upset Penn State. They would score a touchdown to make this a 3-point game. On 4th down and inches, we decide to go for it. We get the pick route, and Hyman gets the catch, and that will end this game with Omaha upsetting number 14 Penn State on the road with a score of 45-42. A game where we thought we were going to get blown out. Had a chance to go down by 3 scores, and we will win this game by 3. Isaiah Ware had a good game for Penn State. You can't take anything away from him. He had 6 passing touchdowns on the day, and he just had that one fumble, because besides that one fumble, who knows? We're probably down by 15, and there is that. But Sam had a good game, 4 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Again, I don't know why he's still in, even though he had a torn tricep and he's out for the season. I don't know if the game glitched out or something. I don't know. But we had 4 guys get touchdown catches. Defensive-wise, we had a lot of tackles for a loss. We actually had 4 sacks on the day. We had 1 interception. You saw that. We had a couple pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 1 recovery, and, of course, that was for 90 yards and the touchdown to get us right back in the game. We're also perfect on the day for kicking-wise from the senior, so we will take that. But heading into the final game here of the episode, again, we have 4 games that we have, and I cut it into 4 highlight videos pretty much, or highlights from these 4 games into 1 video. And we get to face Washington, another Big Ten team. So a lot of Big Ten schools with Rutgers, Penn State, and Washington. But on 3rd down and goal, after both teams swapped field goals, they would find the end zone for the first time. And it'll be 10-3 here in the first quarter with 1:22. But heading into the second quarter, we would get our first touchdown. So again, both teams have just traded scores, and it's 10-10 here in the second quarter. And now jumping ahead with 2:37. There wasn't really much in this game-wise until later. They would throw in the middle. Griffin just overran the ball, and they would find the end zone to make this a 17-10 game here heading into about almost halftime. But with about 1:29 to go from the 6-yard line, we are going to run the football right up the middle, and Blumberg's going to walk right in. He's been our best running back of the season so far, and it would be tied up at the half. 2nd down and goal from the 1 to start the third quarter, and we'd find the end zone again. And yeah, this was a pretty dominant game here from the running backs, at least. A lot of touchdowns from them, especially from the true freshmen getting one as well. And on 1st down and goal from the 1, Washington would immediately tie the game up here with 3:52 to go here in the third to tie the game up. And it's now 24-all. And just before the end of the third, we would take the snap. And again, the true freshman gets another rushing touchdown. He's got 2 on the season, and both in this game as well. And it's 31-24. Fourth quarter time, they would run the football, break a couple tackles, and he will go the distance. Westbrooks could not make the tackle, and they will tie the game up 31-all here into the fourth quarter. Washington now will have a lead, though, with 24 seconds to go. Blumberg again finds the end zone with 30 seconds to go, or less than 30 seconds to go, with actually 22 to go to be exact. And we have a 4-point lead. And with 3 seconds to go, they got up to the 45-yard line, but now they need a big play to pretty much put this game back in reach. And from their 45-yard line, they're going to throw it. He got hit as he threw. It's incomplete. And Omaha, after getting embarrassed on the road in Columbia, will then win 3 in a row against 3 Big Ten teams, maybe showing why we should be in the Big Ten after this season of Rutgers, Penn State, and Washington, with a big win. And Blumberg wins player of the game, 17 carries, 73 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. A pretty solid game from our running back. He's even our backup too, but he had to start most of the game because our main guy was hurt half the game. So a pretty solid game overall and a pretty solid 4-game stretch here to start the new season. Sam 30 of 42, 353, but he had 2 interceptions. Rushing wise though, Blumberg 17 of 73 with 2 touchdowns. Rochelle had 1, and the freshman had 1 as well. No receiving touchdowns again on this one. Mostly all of it was running. 2 guys with 10-plus tackles. We had 5 sacks, no picks. We had a couple pass deflections, but that was about it for the defense-wise. And plus, we were perfect on the day for kicking-wise. But that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit the like button down below. It just really helps out the channel. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whenever you guys are watching this, and I'm out. Peace.